Then he went, Donald Trump, yeah, Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump, but no more drop box. The drop boxes are just so bad. No more drop boxes. Dickinson, Hologic, and Cephahide. That was about a guy named, a rhino named Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney. Real beauty. Had to give the American people their voice back by building something called Truth Central. He voted against Kate's law, and he voted for Obama amnesty. You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? J.D. Mandel, and he's doing great. I've had more investigations than Jesse James, Billy the Could. Some of the world's greatest cricket players, from Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli. As the great religious teacher, Swami Vivekananda once said. I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings of that investigation. And God bless the United States. Thank you very much. He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge for his service. We have to keep our country gay, but it's not, I mean, for some reason, it's just not great anymore. If you care about law and order, look, law and order. In normal times, roughly 40% of fresh vegetables and about 40% China. Nambia's health system is increasingly self-sufficient. This is not about virtue, cycling and signing. And the great General and President Ulysses S. Grant, he's really come back a long way over the last 10 years, hasn't he? We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. When they gaze upon Yosemite's towering sequoias, they delivered a swift and sweeping, you know that sweeping. It was swift and it was sweeping like nobody's ever seen anything happen. Units of plasma for plasma. Donate plasma in the failing New York Times by an anonymous, really an anonymous, gutless coward. I may ask Marilyn Lockheed, the leading woman's business. No teacher should ever be allowed to teach transgender to our children without parental consent. No, nobody has to have parental consent. And we will totally oppose the Biden administration. This administration. He made some statements, rough statements on Jewish. You heard them and you know them well.
I'm worried about my espresso machine. I'm not.
That could be your headline.
It's not a joke. No. It's just I'm worried about my lathe.
Out there like just
pillow.
Who broke into my computer? Well, the back end data just exploded. I'm talking about getting rid of the machine, melt them down and turn them into prison bars.
Pillow.
I'm not a lawyer. The lawyers are lawyers. The lawyers are lawyers. The lawyers are lawyers. Get rid of the machine. I'm talking about getting rid of the machine.
Just pillow.
Who did this attack? Who did this cyber attack? So you have, the good geeks, and they patch it up and they fix it and they put up better protection, virus protection. But here's what my attorney said. He said
just pillow. They took the pillow phone. Do you frequently go to Hardee's? Is that a common place you go?
Okay, that's pretty funny, David.
No, it's not. I'm not.
That could be your headline. The machine. I said I would have passed through them and went to find a drive-through.
It's really incredible, the branding around that.
I said, no, you're not getting my phone. I said, arrest me. I've done nothing wrong. He said, no, we're not going to arrest you. I said, well, you can do anything. You hack in, and you can okay, get rid of the machine. I'm talking about getting rid of the machine.
I'm worried about my pillow.
No, Truth, that's the worst thing for you because your cervical nerves in your neck, I will send you some pillows.
I'm worried about my lathe.
I'm talking about getting rid of the machines.
Okay.
Melt them down and turn them into prison bars.
Just pillow. All right, thanks, Mike.
Good.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yep.
Trump was doing this with his personal toilet.
But sinks, toilets, and showers.
Elements of bathrooms.
10 times, 15 times.
only in sinks and showers.
Elements in bathrooms.
10 times, 15 times.
Elements in bathrooms.
What on earth is going on with Trump and toilets? Trump's White House toilet would be clogged. With documents that Donald Trump was flushing down the toilet. Is this the explanation? Is this the explanation?
Big massive dumps.
Elements in bathrooms.
10 times, 15
Trump is doing
times.
this with his personal toilet.
Elements in bathrooms.
And showers.
Big massive dumps.
Elements in bathrooms.
Duty. 10 times, 15 times. Not me,
Elements in bathrooms.
God bless the United States. Thank you very much.
Elements in bathrooms.
Well, welcome everybody. It is the, I guess, sort of official start to Donald Trump. Oh, this thing's off? Oh God, not this again. Oh no, not with the tech issues again. No, I'm kidding. I know I'm live. You guys can't trick me. The first official 2024 rally, Donald Trump holding it momentarily in Waco, Texas, the site of a horrible event in, I believe it was 1992 or 1993. A very long standoff involving the Branch Davidians, followers of David Koresh. I recently actually read Jeff Gwynn's new book. Jeff Gwynn wrote a fantastic book about the People's Temple, Jim Jones, and great book about Charles Manson. And most recently, this book just out in January, a book called Waco, about the entire siege in Waco, Texas. Things already out of control. As you see, Mike Pillow currently being interviewed. His hair is out of control. He's got a big cross pin and pointing to Right Side Broadcasting. So we're monitoring things very, very closely here. We are also monitoring Trump's imminent arrival in Waco, Texas, flanked by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. More than a dozen flags. And as you know, whoever has the most flags obviously would be the best president. It's a very, very standard way of evaluating candidates that we've employed here at the David Pakman Show for a very long time. So it is great to have everyone here. And we are, of course, potentially going to see the arrest and indictment of President Donald Trump anytime, right? I mean, anytime. I'm going to tell everybody up front, just so nobody thinks I'm hiding anything, I have a very hard out at 7:30 Eastern. I'm going to a friend's birthday party tonight. And so it's not a soft or even a medium firm out. It is a hard out at 7:30. And from what we know, and Trump actually seems to be running on time today, so it may not end up being a factor, but that's going to be a thing. Let's look at our first super chat. David, as I imagine is the case with many of your regular listeners, thanks to you, I can't hear the name Obama without a little voice in my head blurting, Obama. It's permanently etched in my brain. Keep up the good work. Well, I apologize for that. I really, really do. And we expect many Obama's tonight, I think I will mention. Big thank you to Pack fans, Jared Walking, Lisa Lee, and The Last Scrap Dragon. I really appreciate your Twitch Prime subscriptions. We do have a coupon code tonight. That code is INDICT. The code is INDICT. It's above my head. We all know what it means. Thanks to Kevin Gouldy for signing up on my website with that coupon code. All right, let's look. Oh, we are on the ground at the rally. I don't, I'm always careful in the moment because we don't want anybody at the rally to be tipped off or to be looking for one of our many different correspondents, but we are on the ground at the rally. Interviews are being conducted with Trump supporters, and we are going to have those probably on the Monday show. Tim asks, will the audio glitch more or will Trump's brain glitch more tonight? I always am hoping for audio glitches during Trump's speeches.
But I think, Eric, they're not like they lived up. I used to check it every week. Are they buying?
Right.
Deal that included the largest agricultural worth of our farm product.
Exactly.
And our
incredible. Oh, these people don't know what the hell they're doing.
Further screamed that his days are numbered. Trump. This is a gross prosecutorial misconduct.
Exactly. So I'm always hoping that Antifa is running audio at Trump's event. So a lot of very, very important things going on tonight. Let's get to some of the wacky stuff from the rally, okay? January 6th prisoner Mickey Olson Larson, who charged the Capitol dressed as Captain America, is at the rally, indicating that they are ready to fight.
Voice from our collective voice, our government of we the people, of the people, by the people, for the people, is also a terrorist. And if they are an American citizen, they are a traitor. They made the decision that we the people no longer have a right to govern ourselves. I'm a proud digital soldier.
Okay, so there's a digital soldier who's ready to fight, reciting some kind of poem. Trump 2024 bikinis, very widely available at the rally. Here is Ted Nugent calling Vladimir Zelensky gay.
I want my money back. I didn't authorize any money to Ukraine to some homosexual weirdo. I want my money back.
And the crowd reacting very positively to the homophobic comments from Ted Nugent. Let's see. Gustavo says, David, sir, my girlfriend is jealous because of how much time I spend watching your videos. Jokes aside, love the show. Thank you, Gustavo. Very much appreciated, and apologies if there are any problems that I'm causing between you and your girlfriend. I don't want to do that. Let's see. What else do we have? I'm going to skip that. Oh, this was really weird. Trump again mentioning that not all parents love their kids. It really seems like we know what this is about.
And I made farmers happy and rich again. And they're doing a fantastic job. And you know what? Someday it'll become time for them to leave this beautiful earth. And they'll be able to leave their farm
Right.
without taxes to their children.
Yep.
I got rid of the death tax on farms so that when you do pass away, on the assumption that you love your children, you can leave it to them and they won't have to pay tax.
But
if you don't love your children so much, and there are some people that don't, and maybe deservedly so, it won't matter.
is this entire video about Don Jr.?
Because frankly, you don't have to leave them anything. Thank you very much. Have fun.
That is so deranged. Oh my God, that he is out of his mind. That is what a bizarre way of delivering a message about tax policy. I mean, thank you very much. Have fun. Wow, it is bonkers, huh? Really, really crazy stuff. Let's see what else we have from the rally. Looking at quite a feed here. Marjorie Taylor Greene obviously lying.
Democrats have weaponized the government against President Trump.
Barely able to speak.
All for the crime of beating Hillary Clinton and winning.
Why? So listen, guys, I understand she has a Southern accent. I'm not making fun of her Southern accent, but does a Southern accent make you say Clinton, like clit? Doesn't make any sense to me. Is that a Southern accent? Am I making fun of her accent because she can't say Clinton? Clinton. Is that inappropriate? It is. Okay, let's move on then.
In the 2016 presidential election, we don't consider that a crime, do we? No, we elected him.
Law and order, of course, famously is subject to what people consider to be a crime. The law no longer matters. We're for law and order. If I don't personally consider it to be a crime, then it's not a crime. Wow. Pretty powerful. Peter says, as coincidental as it sounds for Trump to do his 24 campaign on an anniversary, his greatest hits will be spoken like his whining of the 2020 stolen election. Bingo card is ready. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate you being here. Thanks to Beth Graham and Jay Colley for the Twitch Prime subscriptions. Great to see so many people here, quite frankly. Let's just see if anything's going on. No arrival from Trump yet, so we have plenty of time here. Let's see. We looked at that video already. Man, I just can't. I don't even want to look at Dan Patrick's videos because they're just so stupid. Let's see what, for something marginally less stupid than Dan Patrick, let's look at a pillow video.
One of the things that I look at, too, is that call in Georgia. That call with Crooked Brad Rassenberger, the Secretary of State of
Rassenberger.
Georgia.
The last name is Raffensperger. Rasenberger.
When he made that call, it was the best call in history. That showed he had the numbers right in front of him that the election was fixed. That there was, in Georgia, he had all the numbers of the dead people that voted, the non-residents, and yet they flip that and try and use it against him by soundbiting, pieces out of there. Yep. Remember, he said, find us some votes.
Yeah, we know. Well, we know exactly what he said.
Find the votes. But They were all there. They were all there. But there's so much hope going on right now in the country.
I've never been this hopeful, I know. Downfall Parodies asks via a very powerful super chat, should lefties talk more about the importance of good personal finance? Even though we have an effed up system, some people would be better off if they handled their money better, in my opinion. Absolutely. Noam Chomsky, as some people call him, I say Chomsky, but some people say Chompsky. He was once confronted with like, hey, listen, you criticize so many aspects of our economy, but then like you own the same index funds as everybody else. And Chomsky was basically like, what, should I keep cash under my mattress? It's a pretty funny clip, actually, to be perfectly frank with you. Welcome to Howling Stars. Thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. I appreciate that. Let's keep going because we have so much stuff. Here is Matthew Gaetz wearing, you see what he's wearing, at the rally. And then we looked at this clip already. Here is someone who has a plan to fix the chain supply. Some of us are worried about the supply chain. If you're worried about the supply of chains, here's a guy who will fix it.
I've got a plan to fix the chain supply. It's called Re-elect Donald Trump.
God, these people. I think I'm going to indulge just one more time here.
I've got a plan to fix the chain supply. It's called Re-elect Donald Trump.
I could run on that. I could go for that platform, actually. More chains. I think that's a pretty damn good idea. David, sir, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these MAGA speakers, quote, accidentally drops the hard R. These people are extreme as hell. Anyway, thanks for all you do, David. Appreciate it. Great. It wouldn't surprise me either. It would not surprise me either. That is for damn sure. Let's see. Oh, let's just make sure we're not missing it. No, we're not. Okay, Trump still hasn't arrived. Fine. Not going to do Russell Brand right now. We did the Marjorie Taylor Greene clip. We did the Ted Nugent clip. A lot of the same clips here. Let's see what else we have. Attacking Ukraine. That's a common one. Casual homophobia from Matt Gaetz wearing his red jacket. Let's see.
Sure, we play the village people at our rallies, but look at the Democrats bench. They've got Pete Buttigieg as their fake construction worker and Elizabeth Warren as their fake Indian.
Ooh, oh my God. That is some hard cringe. That is hard cringe. A lot of Florida voters like that, though. They voted to re-elect Gaetz, which is really something else, huh? Thanks to Dave Schmidt for the Twitch Prime subscription. Absolutely love it. Let's listen to a little more from Gaetz.
President Trump has come to our rescue before, and he's ready now. Only Donald Trump could have rescued us from Hillary Clinton.
Okay. Kind of weird. Taylor Loren says, hi, David. Please give a shout out to my babes, Josh. He worships you almost as much as he worships me. Oh, God. We are huge fans and drink your coffee daily. We love it. We haven't sold coffee for years. What do you think Taylor's drinking? Anybody have any idea? We drink your coffee daily. I don't even know what that's about. Do I have coffee? I don't even know what product that is. Nobody knows. Yeah, that's weird. Prime. Huh. Maybe somebody's selling coffee under my name or something. Anyway, there's from Mia, also going by Taylor Loren. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Great to see you. We have an historic super chat from Sam Dean coming in at 200 Australian dollars, which must be at least like 5 USD. Says, "G'day, mate. Have you seen the crazy, insane Trump's Knives promotion on Right Side Broadcasting? Just bonkers. I'm just saying your sense of personal, free, indelible, unchallengeable independence can't look past the fact that the political party you oppose is handing out free knives." I have not seen that. But it is pretty compelling. I'm not going to lie. I would be interested in a Trump knife. Here is apparently live video from Trump's plane, I guess, flying to Waco. I don't know. It's all very, very weird. And here we are standing by. That's Eric Balling on the left, increasingly looking like his face is clay. Very weird. Really, really odd stuff. But we are, of course, continuing to stand by. I want to say a huge thank you to our great friend Desiree DeLong. Desiree just gifted a subscription to my website at joinpacman.com. Folks, if you want a free membership, do not email me. I said this last time, 3 people emailed me. We just delete them. Do not email me. For the free memberships, you fill out the form at davidpacman.com/free membership. Do not email me, okay? The email will just be deleted. But today's coupon code is indeed INDICT. All right, let's look at a couple more clips here. We looked at the picture of Matt Gaetz. Let's see, here's how the rally started.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Look, it's real America.
Globalist.
I'm telling you, the whole world sucks and America's catching up, but here in Waco, Texas, with the real shit kickers, this don't suck at all.
There you go.
Hey, look, everybody take a look.
By the way, I know that there's some people who also say, David, Ted Nugent's politics are terrible, but his music is good. I've always hated his music. It's just, I find it vile. I really do. It's not for me. It is not for me. Let's see what else we have. Pillow attacking DeSantis.
What's going on right now, people also ask me about Trojan horse Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
Okay? I could sit here and go on and on about that, but he pretty much done himself in last week with his comments about our great president being arrested. And the best thing he could do would be endorse Donald Trump tomorrow morning. That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Remember, Pillow at one point predicted that DeSantis would endorse Trump the next day. Of course, it didn't happen, as I'm sure you probably know by now. Earlier, I played a clip for you of Ted Nugent referring to Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, as a homosexual weirdo. Ed Henry said that that's what a lot of Americans feel. I have not heard a single comment ever about Zelensky being gay, but Ed Henry says it's just the voice of the people.
Exactly. His remarks, amazing, about Zelensky and I want my money back. He is channeling what a lot of Americans feel.
Does Ed Henry sound drunk? Is it just me, or does Henry sound completely wasted? That is really odd. Some people agree, but I've never heard him sound like this.
Exactly. His remarks, amazing, about Zelensky and I want my money back. He is channeling what a lot of Americans feel, not just at the rallies, but I suspect some of the real Americans we'll talk to in a minute, and people at home who are streaming this live, who are undoubtedly cheering along with Ted Nugent. And when he...
Ted Nugent. Oh boy, it's going to be a long night, folks. I'm a little horrified by what awaits us today. Thanks to Heigl for the Twitch Prime subscription. Ted Nugent did a moment of silence for the alleged terrorists from January 6th.
Rights, a moment of silence for the political prisoners in the gulags of Washington, D.C.
Gulags.
Because of jackbooted thugs in our own government. Rights, a moment of silence.
That's sort of weird, I'm not going to lie. All right, let's see what else we have here. The homosexual weirdo stuff, continuing. Let's see what else we have. Marjorie Taylor Greene asked about the Trump indictment.
You see this Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg, he's on the verge of breaking the law for bringing fake charges against President Trump and politically attacking the top Republican presidential candidate of 2024. I'm telling you right now.
Here's a bet. Alvin Bragg does not have charges against him for indicting Trump if it ever happens.
Now, once we cross this line in this country, America is over as you know it. And
yeah. All right. I don't agree with that. Here's a Trump fan being interviewed by Ed Henry. And here's what they had to say.
And he believes in God. You know, this is between good and evil. And we've got some swamp people up there that we need to line up and take some snapshots of with some numbers across their chest.
Yeah.
We need to lock them up.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Quick last thought from you.
Really high level conversation happening there in Vero Beach, Florida. Mr. Spencer says via Super Chat, I'm a teacher in Utah. Saw a poster in a classroom that had a picture and quote from Chomsky attributed to Noam Chomsky. Where is the P coming from? I always wonder where the P comes from in Chomsky, and I've never gotten a satisfactory answer. Ever, ever, ever. Standing by for Donald Trump, due in 8 minutes in Waco, Texas. We'll listen to a few other comments from the Trump rally. Here's an interview with your average Trump supporter.
See you. Bye. His wife wears the most beautiful dresses. Oh, yeah. So you get to be family here, and we get to communicate. And hey, it's a family reunion. Trump brings family together.
Right.
We want America to be great again, safe, empowered, and we need Trump back for 2024, no matter what.
Yeah. No matter what is a scary sort of little add-on there, I have to say. I don't like that very, very much. That scares me. Let's see what else we have from the rally in Waco, Texas. And yes, we are on the ground at the rally. We will have interviews for you from the rally on Monday. Probably Monday, maybe Tuesday. We will see. Let's see what else we have here. Woman at the Trump rally talks about the Waco cult tragedy. Okay. It looks like the same woman we just looked at a clip of.
Waco, Texas. At the same time, we're going to be saddened at what happened 25 years ago.
Saddened? Like satin and silk?
30 years ago, here in Waco, the massacre of Waco.
Is someone telling her what to say? It sounds like someone's off camera telling her what to say.
David Koresh, and the tragic what happened when Janet Reno and the FBI came over to the compound. Not that he should have been prosecuted. He was evil in what he was doing to those women and kids. However, the FBI and Janet.
Anybody noticing those strange pauses? Almost like someone's telling her what to say. It's very weird.
Reno overstepped their boundaries in the massacre and burning everyone in the compound. But that's another story. It's been 30 years ago since then. But today we're going.
It's been 10, 20, or 30 years, depending on when during the 64-second clip you talk to her.
Going to here to celebrate Donald J. Trump for his first rally, and he chose the greatest country in the world, God's country.
The greatest country in the world? Well, what country is he going to have the rally in? He's running in the United States. Yes, maybe Russia. Okay, I see people in the chat. Okay.
And we're here in Waco and meeting many of these people here. Lots of patriots.
Sounds quite interesting. Very, very interesting. It's all a little bit scary, I have to say. Sam says, seriously, if you check out free Trump knife, then put a dot, then com, you'll see. It's insane. Best of luck with the stream, mate. Thanks, Sam. I'll check it out after the stream. I appreciate that. Always appreciate Sam's support. Charlie asks, are the MAGA hats getting larger? They seem cartoonishly large lately. Chain supply. Yeah. The MAGA hats are getting bigger. Let's see what this message is. No audio. Oh, hold on. I muted it.
With your help, we will master the Democrats' game of ballot harvesting, and we will win back the White House from Joe Biden and the people that are destroying our country. They're absolutely destroying America. Thank you very much.
Okay. Very important advertisement there. Thanks to Sheila Owen, who just signed up and gifted a subscription on my website, joinpacman.com. Also, a big thank you to DJ White Rabbit for the Twitch Prime subscription. You're number 13 today. I appreciate that. Let's listen a little bit live to the sights and sounds of the Trump rally in Waco, Texas.
Texas today, and as you can see, some of the people are starting to stand up. President Trump was expected to take the stage at 5 o'clock. His plane, Trump Force One, has not landed yet. So people are standing up, looking toward the skies, waiting for that massive jet to fly over. So they're saying they're running a few minutes late, so it should be any minute now that President Trump will be making a fly over the crowd here in Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
And again, they're standing up here waiting to see the president. We've had a great lineup of speakers.
Have we?
The crowd right now.
All right, so that's what's happening there. And then Newsmax currently in commercial. So we're watching all of it very closely. Big thank you to Joan Wilson for signing up at joinpacman.com and giving away a membership. I really do appreciate that. Let's look at a few other clips from the event. As very, very soon, this rally is going to be starting. A guy with a Confederate flag sweatshirt at the rally. Certainly no surprise there. The Pope wearing a puffy coat. Is this for real? I love this. Wow. That is a statement right there, folks. That is a hell of a coat. I have this thing in black, but very surprised to see we need a fit check on the Pope. Wow. That'll make you think. Okay, something about Silicon Valley Bank here.
I want to read you an article from Fox News, just so you're up to date. And then I'm going to follow that up with a press release that Ted Cruz sent out a little bit more in detail. If you don't know, House Republicans are demanding Biden to answer on Chinese ties to the collapsed Silicon.
This woman can barely read whatever she's been fed. I guess it's a Fox News article she's trying to read off of. The delivery and the syntax, very confused. Very, very confused. It's actually like when Trump reads off of the prompter.
Republicans are demanding Biden to answer on Chinese ties to the collapsed Silicon Valley Bank.
Silicon.
Now, this was news to me.
Silicon, that's even better. Oh, God. The Silicon Bank. You know, we're having a real problem. Plastic surgeons simply can't get what they need for surgeries because of the collapse of the Silicon Bank. It's really a tragedy. It really is sad. All right, let's see what else we've got here. A guy at the rally wants to do a citizen's arrest of Alvin Bragg.
For itself, arrest Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg is overstepping his boundaries. We, the people, are calling for the arrest of Alvin.
This guy's got legal scholar written all over him. I believe it. If he says there's some funny business there in the DA's office, I believe it.
Alvin Bragg for crimes of treason, election interference. I don't even know if that's a crime, but election interference, obstruction.
That's the key line in this entire thing, folks. I don't even know if that's a crime. That is fundamentally that's the critical moment from this interview.
Of justice, even lying to a grand jury. Trump done nothing wrong. We're here to show support for the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. Arrest Alvin Bragg. You know, in South Carolina, you could do citizens arrests.
Right.
So if Alvin Bragg ever comes to South Carolina, arrest him. Arrest them. We the people. Arrest Alvin.
There you go. That's some interesting legal scholarship. By the way, they complain about novel legal interpretations from Alvin Bragg. That sounds like a pretty novel legal interpretation myself, I have to tell you. All right, big thank you to Oliver Hernandez, who just dumped in 5 gifted subscriptions via YouTube. Really very much appreciate that. Huge thank you to Andy Robeson and Jason Sickmeyer with 2 memberships on my website. Folks, let's do this once and only once, okay? Genuinely speaking, we depend on your support for everything. The podcast, the YouTube channel, the radio show, which we just give away, the TV show, which we just give away, the Spanish dubbed channel that we're doing, all of this different stuff, okay? Contrary to what Alex Jones might tell you, we're not funded by George Soros. We're really just funded by people who sign up at joinpacman.com. I would love for you to sign up today. This is so easy. The coupon code INDICT above my head saves you big money. You can do yearly or you can do monthly. I don't care. I just want you involved. I would love it for George Soros to fund the show. He just doesn't. Okay. You type in indict and you must spell it correctly. And then I don't want to overstate this insane discount, but it is crazy. Okay. Everybody who signs up, your name will pop up here. I'll thank you. It's a really, really great thing. You all know that YouTube revenue has gone to zero sometimes. Facebook revenue has gone to zero. We've been banned from TikToks. We've been blocked by everything, okay? The way we control our programming is by dividing up our support among so many of you, so no one big funder or company come in and say, David, you better say this, or you better say that, or whatever the case may be. Really appreciate everybody who's already signed up, and we will continue thanking people. The website is working. You can also sign up via Twitch. It all counts. We're going for 100 today. And what is the coupon code? It's indict. The coupon code is above my head. I don't know if I was unclear about that, but the coupon code is indict. You can get banned on TikTok for literally anything. Yes, you can. That's absolutely the case. That is absolutely the case. You certainly can. Big thank you to Jody Hansen on the website. Appreciate that. You're number 22 today. Let's look at a couple of other clips here. Here is someone with a Trump or death flag and a Let's Go Brandon flag on their Jeep. Very cool. Really, really alpha. Very manly, you can tell. Guy at a Trump rally has won multiple bets. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, because we've got an ongoing bet. He owes me like 3 or 4 rounds of golf because he said Trump was going to be installed in March after the election. Then it was August, and then by the end of the year.
Oh, this is rich, guys.
And yeah, and I said I don't think so, Tommy. There's a Constitution and
So
there's
Tommy.
Wow, this is maybe the one voice of reason at the rally. The guy in the middle. He's like, you know what? Trump's not getting reinstated. We have this thing called the Constitution. That is amazing.
And do you think President Trump's going to be back in office? Do you think he's going to be back in office?
Be back. I think he'll be definitely elected. If not, something happened this year, I believe.
How would something happen this year? It is, at a certain point, you've got to start to feel bad for these people, except they are such a disgrace and damaging to the country. But wouldn't you think at this point, after losing all of these bets to Tommy, or rather he is Tommy, losing bets to his friend, don't you think he would just go, he's not going to be back unless he wins in 2024? I would respect the guy if he was able to say that, but seemingly unable to, or unwilling, I guess. I don't know. All right, folks, we are seeing some pretty serious membership dumps happening here. Thanks to Marjorie Milner, Donald Bradford, and Mark Byrne. They all just signed up on my website, putting us at 25. A couple super chats coming in here. Thanks to Crystal. Great to see you, Crystal. Kenneth says, David, sir, I would give my good right arm to see one of these MAGA weirdos try and explain what a citizen's arrest actually is. I would love to see that myself. Thanks to Spud. Daniel says, signed up for a free Pac-Man show subscription at a mall kiosk. Was that not legit? Gave the guy my credit card info. Folks, you cannot get free memberships at a mall kiosk. You can only get the free memberships at davidpacman.com/free membership. So do not fall for it if you are at a mall. Thanks to Brian Yates, Brian Gross, and Rosemary Snedden. New members 26, 27, and 28 today. This is really the start of the 2024 campaign. It is going to be wild. Just as a reminder to everybody, I have a hard out at 7:30 Eastern. I've got a friend's birthday party tonight. Just want to make sure everybody's aware of that, but we are expecting the rally to start very soon. Here's a woman at the rally selling a book containing letters from the alleged January 6th insurrectionists.
Get them their rights. So the January 6th prisoners, she's got this book, and this book has hundreds of
American Gulag Chronicles, it's called.
Letters from the actual prisoners. Tell us a little bit more, Trish.
That's correct. This book was compiled so that we could see what they're going through, because what they're going through is horrific. It's truly horrific, and they go in great detail about what is happening to them. And the proceeds of this book support the cause, but also
get them there right.
Yeah. That's a pretty sad book, I have to tell you. It is not a great book. Welcome to Chef Ramsay via Twitch, has been subscribed for 7 months. It actually has a picture of Gordon Ramsay, but I can't imagine that's the real Gordon Ramsay, right? Anybody know? Is Gordon Ramsay on Twitch? Kind of interesting if you were. Any ideas? Let's see. 6-month subscriber. Has commented once. Can I get that Obama soundbite? For some reason, I don't think that Gordon Ramsay would be here asking for this.
Obama.
Probably not. If anybody knows anything about that, let me know, because it sounds pretty compelling. I'm not going to lie. All right. Here is a woman at the Trump rally who is a South African MAGA preacher.
Look amazing. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Lindy Ann Hopley, and I am a South African MAGA preacher.
She says it like that's a known thing. I'm a South African MAGA preacher. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting.
No, do you live in South Africa now?
I'm living in America because God actually told me that there's a revival coming to America.
Logical, totally sensible thing to say.
And in the dream that I had, President Trump was in it. So I'm all about just praying for this country and seeing God get his full reward.
So this is something you could treat. Psychiatric medicine would treat this a number of different ways. That's just the reality. I mean, take a step back for a second and think about what she is saying. She was living in South Africa. Everything was fine. God came to her in a dream and said, you need to go to the United States and preach about Trump because there's a revival. You would go, and I say this only, I am not making a diagnosis, but many psychiatrists in my family and in my circles, if she went to them and said that, she would probably be medicated. And it would probably be, well, there's a number of different pharmaceutical approaches that you could take.
That's amazing. Where do you live here in the United States?
I'm in DFW, so we came down with a Trump train with all the Texans, going crazy, all the trucks just honking and going wild. It's so great to see how many patriots there are and so many supporters of just this great movement.
Did they run anybody off the road for having a Biden sign?
Fantastic. And what is it about President Trump that you love so much?
Well, to be honest, I just started dreaming about him. I am, I have a
totally normal, guys.
Prophetic gift, and the Lord started.
Oh wait, hold on. She said she had a prophetic gift.
Well, to be honest, I just started dreaming about him. I am, I have a prophetic gift, and the Lord started.
Is this an actress? The only possibility other than serious mental illness is that this is an actress, right? And that this is all just to make Trump supporters look crazy. People are divided as to what this is. Jeez.
Speaking to me about him. And in my one dream, I actually did, because I'm totally not political. I'm a minister. I travel around the world.
You had me fooled.
He said China.
Despite the fact that I'm dripping in MAGA gear and moved halfway across the world to go to a rally near some Sandy cans, I'm actually not a political person at all.
Light and don't hide it underneath a basket. So I was a wild party girl and had an encounter with.
No, you were. I don't see it.
But what I loved about this is that I actually, in one of my dreams, I sat in front of President Trump and I knew he was giving me some.
It sounds like she says prison Trump.
Some type of job, it's kind of like, and I said to the Lord in my dream, I said, I don't want to lose my ministry for this, like this guy. Right. And he said, you won't lose your ministry. I just want you to partner with him for a season. So I knew that heaven was backing him, that he's like a Cyrus, where God used someone in business to further his kingdom. And
yep. Psych hold and quick would be my recommendation there, folks. Very, very quick before it gets worse. All right. Thank you to some great people who are signing up on my website, folks. The generosity, this is unbelievable. Thanks to Caroline Gensheimer, Amanda Bernard, Alex Marcasinis, Joseph Cerrone, Caroline Gensheimer with another membership. Wait a second. 2 memberships. Okay, hope that's not a glitch. Jeffrey Parsons, Leslie Gasper, Sue Dunford, Andrea McIntyre, Chad Pearson, Joseph Notariani, and Jacqueline Crusore, or Crusor. 10 additional members. Really appreciate that. Very, very much appreciate that. Let's listen to just like one voicemail. One voicemail.
Hey, David, it's Eric from Mass. I just wanted to call and apologize to you, man. I've been trying to, give you some information and stuff, but I didn't really click to me that you were just pro-establishment media and the government-paid media and that narrative. Because
Right. The government's paying. Yeah, the government's paying me. There you go.
nothing, Trump is anti-establishment, Fox is anti-establishment, and I just felt that all the media was supposed to be, keep the government in check and keep people in check. But man, you just beat the drum, just carry the water for all these people. And I was just like pissing up a rope trying to talk to you because
He was pissing up a rope? What?
you're just going to beat the drum, whatever they say, whatever Newsweek says, CNN says. I haven't seen you once stray from the company talking point.
Oh, God.
And I think that's kind of...
Anyway, these are the folks that are waiting for the demise of the show. Typical. Eric from Mass is the classic guy. So that's why when people like CM71 over on Twitch or folks over on the website, Rebecca Davidson, welcome Rebecca, Nick Gutierrez, when people like that sign up as they are doing right now, you're basically saying to Eric from Mass, get the hell out of here. Andrew Crichton, new member, number 43. Very much appreciate it. Let's look at a few super chats here. Why is Trump in Waco? There's a new Netflix series. Any correlation? Thank you, David, for informing. It's roughly the 30-year anniversary since the Waco disaster. And I guess maybe there's some connection. I don't know. Trump's motives are never completely clear. Let's just put it that way. Okay, we are standing by for Trump's arrival in Waco, Texas, running about 12 minutes late as of right now. We are looking at other clips and elements from the rally. Here, oh, this is so fun. Okay, all right. Let me set this up for you. All I'm going to say before we look at this clip is, okay, and then you let me know in the chat. I'm going to play a 19-second clip of this guy saying that he served in the Marines. Okay? After the 19 seconds are done, tell me, do you think he's telling the truth or do you think he's lying? Here we go.
Did you serve?
I did.
Where'd you serve?
Marine.
Me too. What was your MOS?
I was special.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Recon.
Oh, fantastic.
I flew into places.
Okay, where were you?
Places.
Where were you stationed?
I can't go into detail.
Okay.
But I can.
This interview's over, folks.
Okay. Liar or truth teller? Liar or truth teller? What do people think? What do people think? Wow, a lot of liar, fake, liar, liar, liar. One truth, narcissist, liar, liar, almost certainly a liar, BS, most honest person there, loon, liar, impossible to tell, bullshit, liar. Interesting. It's the truth. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not even pretending to have any idea whatsoever. Big thank you to Gwen Lombardi signing up with the coupon code INDICT. You are new member number 44. Also, a big thank you to Brain Matter. Brain Matter is asking if we get to 100 members, will I do a show with half of my mustache? No. But if we get to 500, I would. If we get to 500, I would. All right, still no Trump, so we can keep looking at some of these other clips. A Trump mystery box was brought out.
Let's talk about something fun real quick. How about a mystery box? How fun does that sound? You can have a Trump mystery box
Whoa, that sounds pretty fun.
delivered to your house, and what's going to be inside, we really don't know. So if you go to a website where you can get your Trump mystery box, maybe you can keep it for yourself.
Somebody should tell her the website, I guess.
You can keep it for your family member. Easter's coming up. Throw it in somebody's basket. How would you like to have something Trump in your basket?
Yeah, there you go. There's an idea. Okay, guys, put the Wow, this is really just a horrifying situation. J Trade says, Dear David, thank you so much for reading the message from my darling Mia. We are both longtime fans. She lights up my life like a cup of progressive wake-up call. Keep up the great work. Much love. Okay, so that's our old coffee. Oh, and these folks are in the UK, so I can't imagine they really have our coffee. Oh, by the way, I will be in the UK very, very soon. I'm going to be in London, going to be in Cambridge, Windsor, Bath. It's going to be quite a trip. And thanks to Ariel for the super chat as well. Very, very much appreciate that. All right, let's see. So it looks like Trump any moment is going to arrive. Hold on. That's the YouTube numbers. I don't know where that came from. Okay, let's look at a couple other interview elements.
The values with you. I love how you say God first, because that is lacking in this country right now.
Veronica, thank you so much. And yes,
Vanessa. Let me tell you, he photobombed me earlier. You may have seen him.
There you go. That is Vanessa, not Veronica. Just a little bit of confusion. Nothing new to a Trump rally. Here's a guy explaining why he loves Trump so much.
What is it about President Trump that you like?
his vision and the fact that he stands for truth. You know.
Sir.
Yeah, he stands for truth. He stands for truth. The only truth that Trump stands for is this.
Truth, essential.
He stands for those things we all grew up hearing about: truth, justice, and the American way, right?
There you go.
He's the kind of person that he leads by example. I mean, he shows up at these rallies. He goes out to the restaurants. He meets the people.
Trump goes to restaurants? I know he went to like a Wendy's or something, but didn't know he was going to restaurants. It's weird. All right, looks like Trump is about to arrive here. Thanks to Beth Graham, Slegator, Fantabulous, and Ozzy for the Twitch Prime subscriptions. Welcome everybody watching on Twitch. Great to have you here. Also, folks, we may run out of memberships tonight. Melissa Fairbanks just signed up. Nina Williams, Robert Frayne, Chicken Nugget, and Pamela Cardinal all signing up on my website. Donald Trump delivering a message to the crowd. Let's listen.
Wave goodbye, because Democrats would win every single election. We have to get smart, and that's why our campaign will fight back and start harvesting ballots in the states where the left has been cheating the system.
So he's saying they're going to commit election fraud? What?
Ballots will only come from legal registered voters who are American citizens. With your help, we will master the Democrats' game of ballot harvesting, and we will win back the White House from Joe Biden and the people that are destroying our...
So it seems like what he's setting up is, listen, since they cheated in 2020, we're going to cheat in 2024.
We got a little update, and you guys got to hear a little bit more about what President Trump just said. We can say he will be here soon, so that's our update for you.
We're hoping it's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you have to go to the bathroom, go now. Go get ready, because he's coming. But
oh my God, getting very crass there. All right, let's see. A big thank you to Yannick Lajoie, as well as Bonnie Squibb and Melissa Fairbanks with the website memberships. Let's keep taking a look at. There's like a lot of different things going on actually. So let's continue. Here's a guy who's threatening not to vote for Ted Cruz if Ted Cruz won't defend Trump more.
Will not go after President Trump.
I called Ted Cruz's office, and I told them that if they don't start speaking up for Donald Trump, that when I go to vote, I'm going to vote for President Trump alone and walk away.
Wow. That's a pretty big deal. They got to be careful about that. The guy who claims to be a Marine says, make all migrants U.S. citizens so that they'll become Republicans. Interesting idea.
We have probably 150 new people since. I think Trump should give them all away to citizenship since they're here. Let Trump do that.
Right.
Steal the votes from the Democrats.
There you go. Political strategy. Okay, here is the ad for Trump knives that everybody's been telling me about.
Limited edition collectible knife in honor of today's rally. Again, that's freetrumpknife.com.
There you go.
250 collectible knives, just cover the cost of shipping. That's less than $10. Add this as a patriotic knife to your collection and keep America great with this collectible piece. We are spreading Trump's reach and support through the limited time promotion.
We're spreading Trump's reach through knives.
You can keep it for yourself. You can give it as a gift. Again, hold on to it as your own. As time passes, more and more Trump-related memorabilia could surge in value.
Yeah, cheap Trump knives might be, which you can get for $9, may soon be extremely valuable. Extremely valuable. How is this real life? Seriously, folks, how I might have to retire at this rate. Thanks to Seven Dust for the super chat, although I don't really understand it. Laura says, first live one in a long time that I've been awake for. Great to have you here, Laura from Canada. Great to see you as always. Thanks, Jax, for the Twitch Prime subscription. You're number 57 today. Newest member on the website is Tiffany Ayala. Tiffany Ayala, number 58. Folks, we are here with the coupon code INDICT. It's working. Everybody relax. The coupon code is fine. Let's do like one or two more voicemails just to see what's going on.
Hey, David, I'm here at this Waco garbage standing outside. Do you know there's only maybe 500, maybe 550 people at this rally? This is a freaking joke. I'm not a Donald Trump supporter by any means, but this is hilarious. I'm not saying a word to these.
Okay, whoa. I just read ahead and this guy starts to get a little blue, so we're going to get away from it. All right, let me see if I have anything else here for everybody real quick as far as voicemails are concerned. Some people are cheering and some people are upset that when I go to a hotel and I find one of the Gideon Bibles, I put it out in the hallway like a room service tray. Here's one caller weighing in on that.
I tend to agree with you on these Gideon Bibles in these hotel rooms. You know what I would do, though? I would probably leave the Bible in there, but I'd put my version of the Bible next to it.
That's a lot of work. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. That's just, now I'm writing, now I've got to bring a pen, and I just put it out in the hallway. That's my move. Forecast for this evening: stochastic terrorism with a chance of personal threats. Buy a Trump knife and, well, you know what to do, says Mr. Scott via Super Chat. Yeah, let's hope that Trump doesn't incite violence at tonight's rally. Although it seems like it seems likely that there will be violence incited. That's for sure. Let's see what else we have from the rally. A guy with a huge flag. All right. DeSantis talking about his wife. That's kind of interesting. Let's see.
She's a great mother. She's a great first lady. I mean, she's really the whole package. And, you know, there's a picture that I have, 2019 inauguration, 2023, sitting at the desk, same pose. She's prettier in 23 than she was in 2019. And she had a kid. She went through 4 years of this nonsense and she beat breast cancer. Yeah. And how do you end up being prettier after 4 years of that? She's a great...
Just dripping with charisma, as you can tell. Hey, by the way, it was brought to my attention that Ron DeSantis used to pronounce his last name Ron DeSantis, and it was only a few years ago. I don't know how many of you heard about this. Here's my question, okay? And I'm not kidding around with this. This is a serious question. What's stranger to do at age 40, okay? Completely do a 180 on your politics like Dave Rubin, supposedly, right? Do a complete 180 on your politics at age 40, like you never knew you were actually a right-winger, or to change the pronunciation of your own last name. Which one is stranger? What do people think? The last name is stranger? A lot of people saying the last name. That's interesting. Last name. Huh, wow. The last name. Okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, there's all these videos of him saying Ron DeSantis. Let me see if I can find it. I might actually start saying my last name Parkman soon, but Ron DeSantis, last name pronunciation. It's a very weird thing. Let's see here. Okay, it's a YouTube short that I've got about this from Midas Touch. Let's take a look at it.
Phony Ron DeSantis's? It appears he changed the pronunciation of his own last name over the past few years to better align with what the polls were telling him voters preferred. I'm not kidding. Watch this.
I'm Ron DeSantis.
I am Ron DeSantis. I am Ron DeSantis.
This is Governor Ron DeSantis. Hello, this is Governor Ron DeSantis wishing everyone a Merry Christmas.
Is it all fake? Is everything just a lie with these people? I don't know, guys. It's so there's actually two changes. He went from D to duh, and he used to say Santis, and now it's Santis. Ron DeSantis. Now it's Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis. I need a new last name, folks. I really do think I do. Big thank you to Dominic Bonacci, as well as Luciano Quinones and Stanley Minerick. Great to see you, Stan. Gifting some memberships, people doing all sorts of stuff. Thanks to Adam Lab over on Twitch. Really appreciate that. I can't stop thinking about that Trump knife. I kind of really am drawn to it. I don't know. It's just like, it's in my head. I can't get away from the idea of getting one. It sounds really good. Let's see if we have anything else from the rally here. We might be kind of getting to the end. We got the guy with the flag, and this is very early. All right, so it seems we kind of got to the beginning of the rally. Let's see if there's anything new. Everybody, yeah, a lot of people really focusing in. They're giving away 250 of the knives. Free Trump knife. Oh, I guess it's like you pay shipping and handling sort of thing. And they've got the flag painted on it and everything. Well, nice knife. I mean, seems pretty nice. I don't know. One more clip. This person knows the truth about 9/11.
Did you get my poem? My new one? Can you take some? And this is my good friend Dwayne, who's made sure to let me know he noticed I have some more thighs now.
More thighs? What does that mean? Anybody know what that means? She has more thighs? I don't know what these people are talking about.
It's a good man right here. Love you too. But I put on a little weight in jail.
Oh, she did mean more thighs. Oh, it was thighs. She's talking about she put weight on in her thighs. That's interesting. Wow.
I'm here.
This is a January 6th rioter for people who might not know.
Alive and I'm well. And so, one of the reasons why I couldn't walk down the scaffolding.
Scaffolding? That's an interesting pronunciation too. It's like, in New England, some people say scallops and some people say scallops, but I've never heard scaffolding and scaffolding. I've only heard scaffolding.
It's the fact I knew the truth about far too many things. As I wrote a poem after September 11th called We're Ready to Fight, General Flynn signed it for me. Melania gave it a heart on Facebook. My base commander had me read it in Baghdad, Iraq, a remembrance ceremony, September 11th, 2007. So down at the bottom, I just changed this. Okay, down at the bottom.
All right, so she has a poem. A user on Twitch is explaining the knife thing to me. You pay shipping and handling. The knife is just under 4 inches on the blade, which allows in Florida specifically to carry it and not be an illegal deadly weapon. Over 4 inches is banned in Florida. I did not know that. That is not information that I had, I have to admit. There is the Trump plane, a Boeing 757, 30 or 40 years old. It is back up and running after a very, very difficult period during which Trump was begging for money to fix his plane. Folks, we are moments away as Newsmax, very, very poor video quality. So we'll get over here to Right Side Broadcasting. Seems to be able to keep it up and running. I want to say a huge thank you. Stanley Minerick is just gifting subscription after subscription. Wesley Taylor as well. Big thank you to Gustavo Urquiza and Wesley Taylor dumping in a few more memberships. Next membership will be number 69 out of 100, and we really do appreciate that. How long will Trump's speech be? Trump's speeches are really long. They are Castro-like, and I expect it to go an hour and 40 minutes or so. Something like an hour and 40 minutes would be my guess. It's on average how long Trump speaks. It's if he just read through the teleprompter, which of course, remember, Obama was a loser for using, but Trump uses a prompter as well. It would probably be a 50-minute speech, but between the non sequiturs and the tangents, glitches, and repeating stories, it's probably, going to be more like about an hour and 40 minutes or so, something like that. Let's listen to another voicemail or two just while we're here. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's listen to their commentary about Trump's plane.
Yeah, he's so good. So they're back behind us right now,
completing the flyover, and they're going to eventually taxi right over here and park behind us. So you will see that as
she's explaining basically how planes land. So basically, she's like, the plane's going to fly around a little bit. Eventually, it will land on the runway. Then it'll taxi, and then Trump will get off. Whoa, pretty fascinating stuff.
so symbolic. I think that's why it means so much to us. It's symbolic of hope and prosperity for our future, and that is plaguing us as Americans right now.
And it's exciting. Like, everyone's been talking about wanting hope for our nation and wanting to know.
Here's something sort of interesting. A couple people wrote to me and said about the growth of this YouTube thing, Right Side Broadcasting, and they're on Rumble as well. Some people wrote to me and said, David, you're in the business. What do you think that these anchors could possibly be getting paid by Right Side Broadcasting? I honestly have no idea. And the reason I have no idea is that depending on who funds Right Side Broadcasting, they may be subsidizing the salaries of these people way beyond like what the market would suggest they should make based on the revenues and so on and so forth. So I really couldn't say. I would doubt it's over 180 a year. Like at the most, I think if they were very well funded and Right Side Broadcasting was sort of generous, I think 180 would be like the top. But I really have no idea. I genuinely have no clue. It's extraordinarily opaque to me. Very, very opaque. Looks like they're getting out of the way for the big landing here, which is going to happen momentarily. Someone's here. Okay. I don't know who that is. Big thank you to Kyoko Awaya, Tommy Horseswill, Stanley Minerick, Wesley Taylor, and Stanley Minerick for another 5 gifted subscriptions. What is happening right now? What is this?
This is how legends are made.
Oh, this is that lunatic who goes to the rallies and does like Jesus paintings. Look at this. Oh my God, is she having a manic episode?
This is how legends are made. I'm cranking up on the throttle. Victory is mine.
Is it a drawing of Trump? Is that what's going on? Just from the color of like what looks to be the skin being orange, I assume it's Trump.
I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made.
I'd recommend decaf, at least trying it. Okay, Wesley Taylor, thanks for the gifted subscription. Very much appreciated. Folks, if you're just joining us and you're wondering how to get these free subscriptions that people are gifting, it's very easy. Go to davidpakman.com/free membership. davidpakman.com/free membership. Okay, Bay Photo says, hard to believe that Trump knives, pillows, and gold coin ads keep the lights on for Right Side Broadcasting Network. I have no idea how many people get the knives, or I genuinely could not tell you. Really couldn't tell you. This is looking a little bit grotesque, I have to say.
This is how legends are made.
By the way, you can tell that a big storyline in Trump's speech today is going to be the investigation into him being called a witch hunt, as evidenced by all of the witch hunt signs that you can see there in the background. Okay, couple other things here. let's see what else. Okay, so let me again, I see people asking, we are on the ground. We are on the ground in Waco, Texas today with one of our correspondents for their safety, his or her safety. I'm not going to identify them right now. You know, we have a number of correspondents. I don't want them being sought out. You know, their safety is the top concern. But we are on the ground in Waco, Texas, and we will have clips from interviews with Trump supporters at the rally on the Monday show or on the Tuesday show, depending on how long it takes us to turn it all around. Are we still streaming on Twitch? Yes, we are live on Twitch right now. We are live on Twitch right now. A lot of people asking if the woman here is having a seizure. Not to the best of my knowledge, but I am not a medical professional. I believe she's painting. It is getting pretty damn animated. I'm going to tell you, though, a lot of flailing. My baby daughter flails a lot of time in like the first hour or two of sleep, and it looks a lot like this, except my daughter doesn't hold paintbrushes with orange, burnt sienna type paint on them. It is performative. It's like a drummer, who is, dear God. This is really a sick country. That's my takeaway here. Thanks to Thurchis for the Twitch Prime subscription. You're number 75, as Donald Trump's plane is landing about 40 minutes later than the event was supposed to start. Folks, welcome. This is the first rally for 2023's calendar year and the first official 2024 campaign rally. There is nothing more poetic than this. As Donald Trump's gaudy plane lands in front of a crowd of mouth-watering sycophants who don't know up from down, a woman is either painting or having a very serious medical episode, all happening at the same time. It's like no other country has this. No other country has this combination. It is a cult. And if there's any poetic fitness to this being held in Waco, Texas on the 30-year anniversary of the siege in Waco on the Branch Davidians, it is that there is no greater modern cult than Trumpism. And I think that makes a lot of sense. If you are disgusted by this, and you don't want Trump's knife, and you don't want Mike pillows or any of that stuff, what I offer to you, it's very humble. It's not, you're not going to be able to cut anyone up with it or anything like that. But we have this coupon code INDICT. When you go to my website, joinpacman.com, you type in the coupon code when signing up for a membership, and it'll cost you $2 a month. Okay. If you have cable, you may not know it, but you're giving Fox News $4 a month. That true story, folks. Not a joke. Where's my Biden stuff? Not a joke. Here it is. Biden. Here we go. Oh God, where's my not a joke?
Give me a break.
Okay.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
I can't find not a joke. In all seriousness, it's just independent media. Okay. Getting a membership won't give you a weapon you can hurt anyone with, like the free Trump knife or anything like that. But I love when people sign up, and let me thank a few of those folks. Our great friend Kyoko from Tokyo, as well as Wesley Taylor. Kyoko gifting another membership. Kyoko just gifting membership after membership. Also, thanks to Jeffrey Parsons. Puts us at 81. Will I be rescheduling my trip to Japan? I hope to do that very soon. As soon as humanly possible is where I would leave it. The painting of Donald Trump is almost done. Wow. It's really something. Really something there, as you can see. Oh boy. Dear God. Another voicemail. Okay, actually, I feel like I'm falling behind on stuff. Okay, we're up to date on super chats. Let's see if we can do like another voicemail or two. Oh, here's the Eggman.
Hey, Dave, you know how you always say that accusations are more like admissions of guilt, pretty much? I agree with that. Not just in politics, not just with politicians, but with like regular people. I see this guy all the time that has a sticker, dead pedophiles don't reoffend, and straight white male Republican sticker on his truck. Straight white male Republican. It makes me think that guys with this sticker are more likely to tap a shoe in the airport bathroom. It just looks like that, right? Shalom.
All right. Well, the Eggman making some very, very strong accusations there, which I'm not going to weigh in on right now. I agree with people. The painting is a good painting. The painting is a good painting. The entire performance and obviously the cult worship of the Orange Man is all disgusting. But I can't say it's, I mean, listen, I can't do anything that good. I'll tell you that right now. Not afraid to admit it. Just the imagery is not for me. Wow. But also the manic energy of the artist is making me a little nervous. I don't know if I need the Xanax or whether she does. Thanks to Kyle Tannehill as well as Michael Loomer for signing up on my website. Appreciate you guys pushing us to 83. Donald Trump's plane has landed. As it was explained, after landing, the plane taxis. For people that didn't know that, they made that very clear. We are down to about like 120 by 60 pixel resolution here over on Newsmax, but the crowd is getting pretty titillated, as you can tell. Very, very poor quality video there. The painting is almost done, and I think that's going to be, it'll be good when it's over. Let me put it that way. Let's see if I have any other voicemails for folks. Don't know that I have anything I necessarily want to publicize. A lot of the voicemails are really better to forward to law enforcement, if you know what I mean. But let me see if I have something relatively benign in some sense. I really don't. I have another 20 consecutive voicemail screed if you want to listen to it. Listen to this.
Daniel from Ronkonkoma, New York here. Hey, David. To answer your question,
Okay, so they lose their train of thought on the first voicemail, then they call right back.
Holy crap. Daniel from Ronkonkoma, New York. Hey, David. I've been seeing that picture for a year now, and I always thought, okay, on your promo card at the end of your show, when you say become a member, you get to the black.
Okay, then calling back again.
Hey, David, this is Daniel Two Canes Blomberg, out of Ronkonkoma, New York. If you ever want to call me, you can reach me at 5.
Oh, whoa, okay, and we're done. All right, we're not going to do doxing on the show today. Let's move on. There were 18 more from that guy, but let's just move on just for sanity's sake. Thanks to Guitar God for the Twitch Prime subscription, very much appreciate. No, guy, he was about to give out his phone number, and it just starts to get a little difficult. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Trump's, he's about to get off his plane. Yeah, that's definitely happening. Let's see if we can get, no, this isn't 720p. It's just a terrible connection that Newsmax's cameras have. Let's see if I can squeeze anything else in.
Yes, David. This is Mike from Pennsylvania. I'm currently watching your live broadcast of this Waco debacle with Trump and this manic ladies on here, the manic painters putting up this Trump portrait. I was just wondering, I would not be surprised if he comes out and peddles that thing off to the highest bidder.
Right.
And I don't know, somehow I can just see that, if not right here, perhaps at a...
That would actually be interesting to see Trump auction off that painting during this event as a campaign donation. That would be pretty... I would be curious actually what it would go for with this crowd. Avalanche of Spinach, thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. I really do appreciate that. Great to see you. Great to see you back. Big thank you to Carmela Kelly, Ginger Hickerson, and Shane Siddle. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, signing up on my website. We are going to hear from Donald Trump momentarily. Just a reminder, friendly reminder to everyone, I do have a hard out at 7:30 Eastern. Have a friend's birthday to go to tonight, and I will stay up until that time. Because of the late start with Trump, I can only imagine he will just be warming up at that point in time, and he will be nowhere near the end of his speech. Other voicemails are coming in.
Hey, David, Peter from Milwaukee here. Just want to give my thoughts on Trump and Waco. I guess if he were to call for political violence, doing it in Waco kind of makes sense. It's kind of like, in their eyes, the underdog being attacked by the man, so
Yes.
we got to use our guns to take it back. So
Absolutely.
I get it. It's just a little bit too on the nose. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
It's very on the nose. It's very on the nose. I completely agree with that voicemail. It's almost too obvious that you go to Waco and then call for violence against the current government, which they see as Biden. Of course, not understanding that most government employees are not political, and it's just people doing a job and trying to do the best job they can and you know, feed their family, for lack of a better term. The artist is continuing. Looks like she must be close to done here.
But she's kind of recently come up as a well-known MAGA artist.
She may be the most well-known MAGA artist. I don't know any other MAGA artist, so I would say she probably is.
This piece right here. Yeah, it looks like they're going up to open the door.
Here we go. Is it coming?
Will we get cowboy boots from Donald Trump?
Wow. The cult is getting really, really fired up. Thanks to Rich Bird Nation for the Twitch Prime subscription. You're number 89 today. Big thank you to Nina Williams as well as Bill Beebe, who are numbers 90 and 91. Folks, we may get to 100 at the stroke of that crazy song playing that Trump pretends to like when he gets off the plane, which would be pretty remarkable, I have to tell you. She should rap. I think it's time for the artist to rap.
Here we go. Door's opening.
Door is opening.
Here we go.
With these cameras, our audience has the best view in the house. These
Really? You can't even see the door. The best view. She must not have any idea what people at home are seeing right now.
The audience has began to chant for him.
The audience has begun.
And it's amazing how they timed it so that she finished her painting right as he's ready to walk out. She's so good.
Is she going to trash it now?
You need to follow her. People at home, follow her on Instagram and her website. She has all the links there on Instagram. She just has such an amazing story of how she got started and to see the work that she does. And
Yeah, we'll look into that a little bit later, maybe. Thanks to Jay Tandaway for gifting 5 subscriptions via Twitch. And also a big thank you to Roy Thorpe for signing up at joinpacman.com, putting us at 97. If you're just joining us, Donald Trump in Waco, Texas, running about 50 minutes late, typical for Donald Trump. I will be here with you until 7:30, and then I have a prior commitment. We are expecting a lot of lies here, as well as incitement to violence if Trump were to be arrested. This is happening in Waco, Texas, on roughly the 30-year anniversary of the siege on Waco by the, I believe it was ATF, and subsequently FBI took over. By the way, I will mention this again. If you're curious about what happened in Waco 30 years ago, the great nonfiction writer Jeff Gwynne recently published a book, I think in January, called Waco, about the siege. I recently finished the book. Very interesting book. If you're looking for another book, because you already read that one, I'm currently reading the book Endurance about Ernest Shackleton's voyage, expedition to Antarctica in 1914, 1915, and 1916, I believe are the years. So for people looking for some nonfiction books. You can check that out. As far as fiction is concerned, I did start reading at the recommendation of many of you, The Expanse. I picked up the first book, The Expanse. I've seen the one season of the series, and I actually have interviewed on the show one of the co-authors of the books. And I never read the books, but many of you said the books are really good. The show is good. It's fine as a sci-fi show. But I have to say, I'm about 150 pages in, and the book is really quite good. I'm finding myself looking forward to reading it every night. Couple super chats coming in. Mr. Scott says, pretty certain the artist on stage is auditioning to be Trump's courtroom sketch artist for the coming years. That would be an interesting job for her. Alex says, my family used to buy art from a local artist in Florida. We went back recently. There was MAGA art all over the shop. We won't support her anymore. Well, that is your right, Alex. That is your speech. Thanks to AJ Scorpia. Nick Verna, oh, hey, Nick, says, any chance the artist is a progressive, and writes Trump lost in 2020 on the bottom. That would be interesting. And my guess is it would slip by a lot of the people at the rally. They may not pay attention to those little details, is my belief. We are standing by for Donald Trump, soon to be an hour late based on the original schedule. Let's see what's happening. So seemingly having some kind of delay feedback issue with the audio. And of course, I always hope for audio problems at Trump rallies.
Further scream that his days are numbered. Trump. This is a gross prosecutorial misconduct. And incredible, these people don't know what the hell they're doing. Deal that included the largest agricultural worth of our farm product.
That may be the best one.
But I think, Eric, they're not like they lived up. I used to check it every week. Are they buying? Are they buying?
There you go, folks. There you go. Thanks to Lauren Samanko for gifting a subscription on my website. You're number 98 today. I keep seeing this question in the chat. How long will this go? We never know. It's starting an hour late. Often it's like an hour 40 that Trump will speak. So we'll just have to wait and see. And is he going to do all the hits, meaning lying the entire time? I am sure. I am absolutely sure that is, of course, the plan. Let's see if I have anything else as far as voicemails are concerned. A lot of, sadly, low quality voicemails lately. And there's a lot. We have 951 voicemails I haven't seen. Here's Trump. Let's see if I can squeeze in one more. Let's see.
Hockey man, what up, Pac-Man? What up, my guy, Pac-Man? How's it going? How's the kid? I'm taking care of one myself. Congrats being a dad. Anyway,
Oh, is this the I think this is the San Antonio troll.
on to the topic, my friend. I gotta rib you a bit. You showing out last week to Trump's gonna get arrested. Trump's gonna get arrested.
No. I said Trump is claiming he's going to get arrested. That is the San Antonio troll. I'm basically done with that, so we can move on. Welcome to Thomas Rulin, new member number 99. Folks, are we going to be stuck at 99 instead of 100 before Trump speaks? I feel like we are, and that's kind of a bummer. Oh, Trump's saluting very proudly. I can't put my finger on what's wrong with the audio at the rally, but something is wrong with the audio at the rally. I can't exactly tell what it is. Jerry Boswell, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, it's not exactly a delay, and someone in the chat is saying that it's a phasing problem. It's an issue of phasing. You know, I once went to what was it? It was a Modest Yahoo show. Modest Yahoo's former bassist Stu, a big friend of the show, and we went to dinner while like the next band was playing. I think it was 311. And we were at a restaurant like a block away. You could hear the music, but it sounded like this. And Stu said it's out of phase. So that may actually be exactly what's going on. Oh, by the way, big thank you to Luciano Quinones for gifting another membership, putting us at 100. And people are just dumping in memberships like crazy. Blueberry Babe and Susanna, Sterling Lana, and Jay Tandaway, putting us at 104. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We're going to go for 200, but let's listen to what Donald Trump has to say. I predict complaints about either the heat or the sunlight, which are really, really common with this guy.
#1 song on iTunes, Amazon, and the Billboard charts. Justice for All, featuring President Donald J. Trump and the J6 Choir.
What the hell is going on? Oh my God. Is this a choir of the alleged terrorists? Is this a song written by the alleged insurrectionists? Is that what they're playing here?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Oh no. To our international viewers, I'm really sorry that this fruitcake is getting a little nutty.
And to the republic for which it stands.
It would be genuinely funny if we weren't laughing to avoid crying. So I've been critical before because many of you come into my chat and you start saying, David, this is not Orwellian, this is not Orwellian. Or I'm sorry, you say this is Orwellian, this is Orwellian, this is Orwellian. And I explain to you, it's not really Orwellian, it's more Huxleyan out of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. This has a more Orwellian feel, I will admit.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to try this stream because I think it might be better. If not, we'll bail, okay?
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, this stream is like 3 pixels, so let's just try this one instead.
Who was Taylor Swift? Number 3 was Molly Cyrus.
Molly Cyrus.
So we have our moment, and that tells you that our people love those people. They love those people, and it's an honor to be here. I say hello, Texas. A big hello to Texas. We had tremendous victories in Texas. And it's great to be back in this beautiful and incredible state with thousands of proud, hardworking American patriots. And from deep in my heart, thank you for your prayers, and thank you for your love, and thank you for that incredible, overwhelming support that we've had. Mr. Lieutenant Governor, thank you very much. Been my friend for a long time, Dan. Thank you.
I'm going to go for a full screen version of this feed. I just want the best feed for everybody, okay? Let me see if I can find the right feed. There we go.
Fighting with us too, no longer with us. Devastating. But for 7 years, you and I have been taking on the corrupt, rotten, and sinister forces trying to destroy America, and they've been trying to destroy it. They're not going to do it, but they do get closer and closer with rigged elections. They get closer and closer. We've been the ones in this fight standing up to the globalists and standing up to the Marxists and communists. That's what they are. We don't even talk about the socialists anymore. The train left that station a long time ago.
Trump doesn't know the definition of either.
Standing up to the warmongers, the stupid warmongers, and the neocons and the rhinos, the big money special interests, the open border fanatics, crazy people. Standing up to the fake news media. Look at all of them there.
The only media there is right wing.
That's a big group, but they don't want to tell the truth. That's why most of them are going down the tubes. You look at what's happening with media, they're going down the tubes because they don't want to tell the truth. They don't want to talk about what's happening with the laptop from hell. They don't want to talk about those things, and that's what's happening to them.
Is it?
But the vultures and the sellouts who got rich, bleeding America dry, our opponents have done everything they can to crush our spirit and to break our will, but they've failed. They've only made us stronger. And 2024 is the final battle. That's going to be the big one. If you put me back in the White House, their reign will be over, and America will be a free nation once again.
Yes, America's not free right now.
Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them. They know that. You know, there's never been a movement like this in the history of our country, probably in the history of almost every country.
I think that's true.
MAGA, Make America Great Again, America First, call whatever you want. But I will tell you, there's never been in history, look at this crowd, as far as the eye can see. We flew over. It was a beautiful sight.
Right.
As far as the eye can see. And I did tell your great Lieutenant Governor, I said, you know, Dan, let's not do one of those 50-50 areas or an area where we're a little behind. Let's go right into the heart of it. Come on, let's go. Let's go where we were close to 100%, right? That's what we did. But as far as the eye can see, the abuses of power that we're currently witnessing at all levels of government will go down as among the most shameful, corrupt, and depraved chapters in all of American history. It's happening right before your eyes. But we're going to end up winning. The Biden regime's weaponization of law enforcement against their political opponent is something straight out of the Stalinist Russian horror show. And you know, we go Stalinist Russia. That's what it was. This was where it seems to have begun from the standpoint of us watching it in semi-modern day history. You go
Trump knows a lot about history.
look at a third world banana republic. That's what we've become. Between our borders, our elections, and the weaponization of law enforcement, banana republic. That's what we have become. Let there be no doubt the injustices being done, not only to me, but to dozens across our country will not stand, and we're not going to stand for it. When this election is over, I will be the President of the United States.
We will see, my friend.
You will be vindicated and proud, and the thugs and criminals who are corrupting our justice system will be defeated, discredited, and totally disgraced. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. From the beginning, it's been one witch hunt and phony investigation after another.
And right on cue, the cult members hold up the witch hunt sign.
Never talks about greatness anymore. You look at what China does. They go all over the world. They spend money. They take over governments. They do a lot of things. And we're always looking. We got crazy people like Shifty Schiff and Hillary. And
Adam Schiff was recently on the show. You can check out his reaction to Trump calling him a watermelon head on my channel.
But they are the ones that are really under investigation. I also want to thank the Republican Congress because, you know, people can be critical, but they are working so hard. Jim Jordan, James Comer, he's become a great star. These are great people. They're putting themselves at risk because they take a lot of abuse, but they're doing something that we haven't seen in Washington in 25 years. So I want to just thank those two and many people that are working with them. In my case, every piece of my personal life, financial life, business life, and public life has been turned upside down and dissected like no one in the history of our country, Marjorie, I think we can say, right?
Marjorie.
I don't think we can find anybody. They even got the Supreme Court of the United States to give them my tax returns, something that was never supposed to happen. Legal scholars say that's a shock.
It actually was. Trump said he was going to release them.
Me. They got every single thing they wanted about me. The Supreme Court said, oh, give it to the prosecutors. That's okay. He only appointed 3 of them. Not a lot of, you know, we don't want loyalty. We want what's right. But sort of strange, isn't it? Give them everything they want. They actually came down with one ruling that, no, you can't do that to presidents, but to Trump you can. To Trump you can. And we've been a special administration, and we have special people. There's nobody like the people we have. They're the smartest. They're the best. These are the most. Look at all the money they're sitting over here. They're all over because, and you know what? They've made that money the old-fashioned way. You're right. Front row Joe. The front.
Cronyism and pillaging America's natural resources.
North Carolina, who are unbelievable, beautiful, incredible women. Incredible people. They travel all over. What is this, like number 93, I think, right? Number 93. Oh, they go, no, actually more. But we appreciate it. 101, front row Joe, 101, all the Joes. But the Supreme Court is afraid, just like Republicans are afraid, to do something about what has happened. And they have to fight. The Supreme Court didn't have the courage to right the wrong of the 2020 election. They knew what was going on. Tax returns were always considered sacred. Lawyers, in their own way, if you can believe this, were considered sacred. Today, lawyers go before grand juries all over this place if they happen to be lawyers representing Republicans, and they treat lawyers like they're criminals. It used to be if you had...
This is a very myopic view of what's going on in this country's legal system.
From the standpoint of what we're talking about, above reproach. Now they get thrown in with everybody else, and it's a very unusual situation that's taking place. And again, legal scholars can't believe what they're witnessing. And yet, after going over 11 million pages of documents, I built a great company. They've got nothing. They've got nothing. Think of it. 11 million pages. And my tax returns on top of it, and they're a big return. It probably makes me the most innocent man in the history of our country. Friends of mine say that.
There it is.
Very successful.
No one's been this innocent, ever. No, we've never.
On page 3, they got me. Got 11 million pages we gave over to various groups, including Congress. The new weapon being used by out-of-control, unhinged Democrats to cheat on election is criminally investigating a candidate, bad publicity and all. You get bad publicity. It's the craziest thing. I got bad publicity and my poll numbers have gone through the roof. Would you explain this to me? Explain that to me, Dan. Mr. Congressman, you got to explain it to me because nobody else has ever heard of it. But you know what? It gets so much publicity that the case actually gets adjudicated in the press. And people see it's bullshit, and they go and they say, it's unfair. But it takes place by the Department of Injustice and their local henchmen at the AG and DA's offices throughout the country. They use the local offices, like in New York City,
This is quite a word salad, I must say.
in Chicago and Los Angeles. They make lives miserable, destroy their families and friends, even though they know these people are innocent. In many cases, they're patriots. They're not guilty of anything, and yet they have to go through hell. And if you're running for office,
Imagine bringing your kids to one of these events.
after him, But we have some great congressmen that probably they wouldn't go after because they're too clean. They're the cleanest people I've ever met. They come from Texas. They have to be clean. But let's say they're not that well known. They're doing a good job, and an investigation is started into one of these many great people. They're going to lose their race. They're going to lose their race. And they do it all the time. They're using investigations now instead of, because it's harder for them to stuff the ballot boxes, of which they stuff plenty. You know, Marjorie is here, Truth to Vote. And they found at least 5 million instances on tape. And the courts didn't want to even look at it.
On tape?
The district attorney of New York, under the auspices and direction of the Department of Injustice in Washington, D.C., was investigating me for something that is not a crime, not a misdemeanor, not an affair. I never liked Horseface. It's just not. It's terrible.
What a clown.
That wouldn't be the one. There is no one. We have a great First Lady.
First Lady?
Who people really do love. And she's done an incredible job.
She quite literally accomplished nothing.
And it went on and on and on and continues to. He stacked his office with D.C. operatives, a man named Matthew Colangelo, one of the top people in the Department of Justice, was moved into the Manhattan DA's office to make sure that Trump got taken care of. They couldn't get it done in Washington, so they said, let's use local offices. So they have Colangelo, the top, just about the top, one of the top people under the Attorney General Garland, and they sent him into...
Really a riveting speaker, and the crowd is reacting with extraordinary excitement.
Do everything he could to get rid of Trump because, you know, our poll numbers are through the roof. I guess you've seen that. They don't like it. They don't like it. We won in 2016. We won by much more in 2020, but it was rigged. You know, in 2020, I got the most votes of any sitting president in history.
I love how he never mentions, but 8 million less than Joe Biden.
The history of our country, many, many, many times more than Biden won, and yet they said we lost. So what we have to do is swamp them this time. The one thing that really does prevail, and I heard all of you different speakers talking about what to do. We used to like to hold out on Tuesday till Tuesday, and everybody goes in and votes, and then in some cases you go in and vote and the machines are all broken. That's what they do to you. That's what they did to some very special people.
Didn't happen.
We had a certain state, everybody was so proud. Republicans liked to vote on Tuesday. They went in and the machines, a lot of the machines were broken. So they had to stand on line for 10 hours and more. And actually many.
A few tabulators in Arizona were briefly down. Everybody was redirected. And Arizona was a state that just didn't vote for Kari Lake.
Lying. They're good at keeping borders open. They're good at no voter ID. Why don't they want voter ID? Think of it. You know, 88% of the Democrats want voter ID, but not the leadership. There's only one reason you don't want voter ID, because you want to cheat on elections.
Remember, this is very deceptive. Many states already have voter ID. And furthermore, what we don't want is voter ID being used as a way to prevent people from voting, which it absolutely would be.
They've got to get tougher. They got to get like Marjorie Taylor Greene. You happen to be here. Would you like to run for the Senate? And I will fight like hell for you, I tell you. Where's Matt Gaetz? I heard his speech. Oh, Matt, look at Matt. Boy, he laid it out there, didn't he? I said, you know, I was watching, I said, you know, maybe he's gone a little too far. And then I realized, no, he hasn't. That's really, he's given some very good facts, and people like it. That's why he wins his district by a tremendous amount. Well, they weaponized him, too. They weaponized him. They made up phony charges, and he went through 2 years of hell, and he turned out to be a brave guy. It is a good test. You have to say that, Matt. It's a hell of a test. We learn about people. It's almost like going to school, taking a test. He got an A+ on that test.
Right.
I mean it, Matt. They took the word of a proven liar, a convicted felon, and a disbarred lawyer, all the same person, believe it or not. You wouldn't think that could go to one person. It would be 3, 4, 5. Over some of the most respected and prestigious people in the country and in New York City, some of the most respected lawyers testifying against. They looked at all of these pages of documents. They went back to old cases that were summarily rejected by many prosecutors, highly respected prosecutors, Democrat prosecutors all, before including, and I will tell you, the existing prosecutor who said, this case doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. All of a sudden, pressure got put on him by Washington, D.C. And the case that didn't make sense, he said, let's go get Trump. They even had numerous prosecutors who resigned because I was being treated unfairly. That made me feel so good when I heard that.
That's a lie. They resigned because they thought their work was going to waste because they weren't actually going to indict him.
They resigned. A lot of them resigned the office because they said, you can't treat a man like this. He didn't do anything wrong. But the two lead prosecutors, absolute human scum, one a Hillary Clinton lawyer from a Hillary Clinton law firm. Do you believe that? How about a guy who represents Hillary Clinton? He's in a law firm that represents Democrat. It's headed up by Chuck Schumer's brother, this law firm, Robert Schumer. Think of this. Now think of this. And he calls up the prosecutor. Think of this. He calls up the district attorney of Manhattan. He said, I'd like to come and work for free. I'm going to leave. I represent Hillary Clinton. We represent the DNC, the Democrat Party. I don't even know if you know this. And he said, I want to work for free. He's a bad guy, known as a bad guy. I want to work for free to get Trump. And they bring him into the office. He becomes the head prosecutor. Then you had another one similar. And then he goes out and he quits because the head of the office, who I respected, but then he went bad because he...
Just an electric speaker, as you can tell. Riveting.
The office said, no, we can't get him on anything. He didn't do anything wrong. Changed his mind a little bit on a couple of little things, but that's okay. But he was under a great deal of pressure. Now I understand that he's made up his mind and he agrees with his original feeling that we did nothing wrong. But how about this? A guy leaves private practice representing Hillary Clinton, goes for no salary, no anything. He goes into the district attorney's office to prosecute Donald Trump. He doesn't get what he wants.
Wow.
So he leaves the office in a huff and he writes a book. And the book is published during the case ongoing. And I will say this, he has been absolutely killed by the media, even the fake news media back there, a lot of them I see. And they say that in itself is enough reason that should have stopped a long time ago. So he goes in and he writes a book, and he makes money off a book telling you what went on with the grand jury. What do you think of that, Mr. Lieutenant Governor? You think that's fair? Sounds like a fair system. It's a rigged system. Like we had a rigged election, we have a rigged system. And you almost have to say, what has our country come to? Review after review, even by the biggest, greatest legal scholars, some of whom don't like Trump. Like Alan Dershowitz said, I don't want to vote for Trump. I never voted for Trump. I don't believe him. Actually, I think he does, but he does that to give himself a little credibility with his friends and Democrats.
Maybe true.
I think he votes for me personally, but he even said, in 60 years of practicing law, it's the worst abuse I've ever witnessed. I've never seen anything like it. There's no case here, but that's Alan Dershowitz, a Democrat. Greg Jarrett, who's a great scholar, great guy, he came out with...
As a mere curiosity, these people, other than the ones on the grandstands behind Trump, they're in direct sunlight for hours and hours and hours waiting for Trump. You think they're all wearing sunscreen? Honestly.
To these radical left maniacs. It is worse, actually, in my opinion. Hard to believe anything could be worse than this, but I think it's worse than ballot stuffing. or media manipulation by the FBI working together with Twitter, Facebook, and the rest. Remember when that came out 4 weeks ago, that the FBI was working to make sure that nothing bad is said about Biden, but as much bad as possible is said about Trump. And you know, that had more of an impact even than Truth to Vote with the ballot stuffing, where they caught ballots being stuffed on tape, all live on tape.
Didn't happen.
So we have to stop them from cheating in elections, because if we don't win this next election, 2024, I truly believe our country is doomed. I think it's doomed. Prosecutorial misconduct is their new tool, and they are willing to use it at levels never seen before in our country. We've had it, but we've never had it like this. We must stop them, and we must not allow them to go through another election where they have yet another tool in their toolkit.
Right.
Remember everything I've endured, all of the hits, all of the attacks, all of the assaults and pain of my loved ones. My loved ones have suffered far more than I have. With me, it's almost become like I go through Russia, phony deal. Impeachment hoax number 1, phony deal. Impeachment hoax number 2, phony deal. The Mueller witch hunt, phony deal. By the way, its determination after 2.5 years, no collusion. There was no collusion with Russia. I could have told them that very easily. But they knew that because they had the laptop. And the laptop, the collusion, was with Biden and Hillary Clinton, who worked with them on the dossier.
You guys understanding that?
By Russia. But they don't do anything about it. So I hear that, and you get a little bit hardened to it. You get a little bit immune, but they do tremendously big damage to great people, your family members and your friends and your associates and people that work for you and everybody. But I never ran for office. If I never took on the deep state, so I'd never ran for office
here we
before.
go.
I mean, I ran one time and I won.
Deep
It
state.
happened to be for the presidency, so that's good. I had a senator come in to see me once a few years ago. He said, "Sir, you've only done this for 1 year." I've been running for office, sir, for 28 years. I ran for president a couple of times. I'm greatly experienced. I think you should listen to me. I said, well, I've only run one time. I've only been doing it for 1 year. And I became president of the United States. So I want to listen to you. I don't want to listen to them. But if I never did run for office, if I never took on the deep state, if I never stood up to China like no other president has ever stood up before, you didn't even know China was a problem until I came along. China was ripping us off, making $600 billion a year. $600 billion. And I did a little tariff.
He does seem confused.
Took in hundreds of billions of dollars. I got the farmers of our country $28 billion because of the abuse that they had to take. The farmers love Trump. They keep saying, oh, I think DeSantis can do okay with farmers. I don't think so. Based on polls, he's not doing okay with anything. Well, it's never good to try and destroy Social Security. It's never good to raise the minimum age to a very high level, which was not good. And
he's so confused.
To go against Medicare and try and obliterate it. These are a few of the good facts. It's also not good when you look statistically at how he did on COVID. Not well at all. He's in a very bad position. Or you look at how he does on crime. Not good, not good. We have great Republican governors, actually, who did really much better, who shut down their states for a very short time, or in some cases didn't shut them down at all. I look at South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee. I mean, we had some states that did a phenomenal job with no shutdowns. You know, I gave them the right not to shut down. Not everybody, you didn't have to shut down. But in the case of Florida, they unfortunately did shut it down. They shut down the beaches, they shut down everything. So now that people are finding out about what happened, they're saying, man, he's dropping like a rock. And I
There
wonder
you go.
why. But, you know, you never like it when somebody comes, you see, I'm a loyalist. They say, sir, don't talk about that, sir. Because people don't want to hear that, but I do, because I'm a loyal person. These people over here have been very loyal to me. Marjorie, Matt,
Marjorie.
Lieutenant Governor Dan, many of them sitting right here.
A lot of our foreign viewers are asking whether anyone could really believe the things he's saying. Yes, the people in the crowd believe the things he's saying. I know it's hard to believe, but they do.
He's at almost nothing in the polls. And he's fighting somebody that's at 42, and he's got almost $30 million in the bank. He's at almost nothing. He's got no cash. And I say, I can't give you an endorsement. There's no way you can win. You're dead. But he fought a little bit, like 150. He was certainly no Jim Jordan, that I can tell you. He fought a little bit, just a little bit, on impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, meaning on television, because I didn't know him very well. But I saw him, so he came and he really wanted. I said, you can't win, can you? How do you can win? Sir, if you endorse me, I'll win. Please. Please, sir, endorse me. And I said, all right, let's give it a shot, because honestly, the Secretary of Agriculture, Adam Putnam, good man, but I never met him. I didn't know him, so I don't feel guilty about it. You know, if you don't know
Great
somebody,
guy, don't
I wish
know
I
him.
knew him, actually. You want to know the truth, I wouldn't have done this. So what happened is, I said, let's give it a shot, Ron. And I endorsed him, and he became like a rocket ship. Within one day, the race was over. He got the nomination. Then he had to run against a man that was the hottest in all of politics. He was the hottest person. Remember, it was him and Stacey Abrams, the two
Super
hottest people
hot.
in the Democrat Party. So we laugh at him now, but at the time, he was one of the hottest people in politics, Matt, right? He comes from a state that Matt's very familiar with. Now, he turned out to be a crackhead.
There you go.
But I did rallies for Ron that were massive rallies, and they were very successful. So we got him the nomination. We then got him the election. He said, I don't think I can make it, because the other guy was really popular, believe it or not. He was going to be the next president of the United States. But that didn't work out too well. They caught him in a crack den. Of course, anything goes in politics today. He can maybe make it.
That's true.
Maybe he's
Trump's
going to make
proof
a
of that.
comeback. Who knows? But think how bad Florida would be. Remember one thing. Florida has been tremendously successful for many years, long before this guy became governor. Florida was tremendously successful under Rick Scott. He was, look, whether you like him or not, Charlie Crist, it was very successful. He was a Republican at the time. But Florida's been successful for decades. In fact, probably as or more successful than it is now. But when a man, you know, you get him elected, and there's no quid pro quo. Get rid of that word. Remember those words? Quid pro quo. With the perfect call I made with the Ukrainian president.
Really great speech. Really has an arc, you know, moves forward, momentum.
Because of you. He wins the election because of you. 2 years later, the fake news is up there saying, will you run against the president? Will you run? And he says, I have no comment. I say, that's not supposed to happen. I have no comment. No. So I'm not a big fan, but I love, that's right, he's a disciple of Paul Ryan. He is actually a disciple. That's why he wanted to cut Social Security and Medicare. But I think we're doing really well. I mean, we're up at levels. I don't know if they have them on the screen, but they might put them up on the screen.
All right, guys, as I mentioned earlier, I have a hard out at 7:30 tonight. I've got to get to a friend's birthday. If you want to watch the remaining 4 hours of this, by all means, there are options available to you, which I'm sure you will find. However, another possibility would be don't watch the rest of this. I'll have a summary on Monday. You'll be able to take it all in 9 minutes, would be my prediction. We're also on the ground in Waco, Texas, doing interviews today, and we will have some of those clips for you on Monday. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. See you very soon.